Georgia, top of the tackle count, close in Leinster. Have you ever made that many tackles in a game before? In the second row, it's not a bad effort, was it?
No, it wasn't too bad. I used to play in South Africa for the Boerland, and you used to make an average of 22 a game.
That's just a normal day's work for you.
Yeah,
then,
it was like 250 tackles a game, so you had to be in the averages there.
Yeah. What was it like? Because obviously Leinster came here from the first whistle, looking for tries, and just kept coming at you, didn't they?
Yeah, it was ruthless. It was really one of the toughest games this season so far. But I just felt we were in the game for moments, and the team showed a lot of character to defend like that and not to let them through. I don't think we were outmuscled at all. I think we stood up, and you can go ask the Leinster players. I think there were some sore bodies afterwards as well. It's a good effort, and it's all about results. I'd rather play badly and win than play good and lose. It's all about results for me and the team.
You will hope not to have to make as many tackles this weekend, I suppose, will you?
No, it will probably be even more,
Yeah.
but hopefully you can get a victory for the efforts we put in on the defence.
What do you make of Clermont? They've got strength everywhere, haven't they? But in the second row, especially some wily old characters like Nathan Hines. You're looking forward to taking them on.
First game I played against him was quite a shock. But I think I'm ready this time for it.
What was the shock about his game?
It was very physical, and it's very intimidating to play over there, but I think I'm good enough to stand up to these guys.
When they talk about the front row, they tend to talk about the dark arts. Are there dark arts in the second row as well? Guys like Nathan Hines who've been around for so long, are there little things that we don't notice on the camera?
I think he has some tricks up the sleeves. I'm sure he does.
And just can you sort of sum up the scale of the challenge? Because obviously qualification is beyond the Scarlets now, but just how much of a boost would it be to beat a team like Clermont?
I think we've been letting our home fans down with a bad record so far at home, and to beat a team like us on our home pitch would be an immense boost for our season going into the domestic league and to keep the morale high of the players.
What would it take to beat Clermont, do you think?
It's going to take an 85-minute effort, defence, attack. It's going to be, you got to be ruthless. You got to want it more than them. And I don't know what team they're going to select, because I think they're already through to playoffs and all that. So I don't think they must underestimate the Scarlets team, because I feel sorry, because we put a lot of effort in. We actually train very hard, and it's hard on the players. I know we let people down, we let ourselves down, but we don't do it on purpose. We actually go out every single weekend to try our best and to wear that jersey with pride, especially for the people back home here and for ourselves.
Is that what's really been driving you the last?
Yes, it will always drive me to play for a team as great as this. It must drive you. I went to a dinner the other day, and I saw all the old players, and it just made me realise how much you must treasure a jersey like this with so much history. You can't let them down, and that must be the biggest motivation for any game you go into.
Have the players had a chance to see the Wales squad since you finished?
Yeah, I was just looking at it at the moment.
Yeah, there's I'm seeing Andries Pretorius there, who's born in South Africa as well. Has that raised any thought of playing for Wales for yourself?
I've been thinking of it, but I'm here to serve the Scarlets the best I can for the time I'm here, and whatever comes from it will be a bonus. But congratulations to him. I actually met him the other day. Very nice guy, and very happy for him.
Oh, is he from a similar part of South Africa to you?
No. It's a bit more inland.
One of them. We might as well start with the news being out at 11 o'clock. Josh, you're in Six Nations squad. Happy with that?
Yeah, delighted. It's like another, obviously with the injury coming in the autumn internationals, delighted to get back in there. You know, I've played some solid rugby since coming back in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So, you know, it's a great opportunity again.
You look at the back row, Josh Navidi and Pretorius have come in for maybe Rob and Ryan's there as well, but there's plenty of people knocking on the door for that back row places at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the back row is very competitive, and obviously they're struggling in the second row. And obviously I've done a bit of the second half against Argentina. I played there, so versatility's on my side, and I think I'd like to think I can use that to hopefully get on that pitch.
They offered you the number 4 jersey against. What are your thoughts, Blake?
you're never going to turn down the opportunity to play for your country in any position. So if that opportunity does arise, I'll take it with both hands and I'll give it my all. So we are struggling there, and with the amount of injuries we've got, we've been a little bit unlucky. I think nearly every second row in Wales is injured at the moment. But whenever an opportunity arises, you've got to take it with both hands.
There's a lot of guys in that squad in that back row can play 6 and 7 now. You look at yourself, Josh Navidi, talk about Sam doing it also, Aaron Shingler. That versatility does help, play both those flanker roles now.
Yeah, I think so. You look at some teams, South Africa, they use a big open side, and they have used it to their advantage in previous seasons. I think it opens your game up, being able to play both. The carrying game of a 6, and then the effectiveness of the breakdown of being a 7. So having that versatility to play in those back row positions, it's only going to help you in the longer run.
So that's something you've seen develop, more recently in the last couple of years. You mentioned South Africa there; their 6s and 7s almost seem to swap around their own world. Is that something you've noticed in the game, that the 6s and 7s are sort of morphing almost? Yeah,
I think, like I say, I think it can help anyone's overall game. If you're a big carrying 6, and you don't do much work in the back at the contact area, then you can, move across and work on that part of your game. I think it can help you. And then the other way, if you want to be a 7 but want to be able to carry more and be an effective carrier, then you can move the other way. You look at the way Sam and Josh Navidi have played this season. They've done it really well. And Tips has played with myself and Sam together in that back row as well. And you could say there's 3 fetchers there, but we've each got something different about our game. Tips is a footballer, Sam's likes contact area, and I like to carry ball. So but being able to be versatile enough to do all 3 is good.
Yeah, how good would it be if you could reprise even just 2 of that 3 of that youth back row at some point during the Six Nations?
Oh, it'd be nice, but you just have to look at the competition. You look at people like Toby Faletau and Ryan Jones, who's will come back into contention later on when he comes back from his injury. They're experienced players, and and they're playing well, so it'll be hard to budge them. But you've got to put your head down and work hard.
You like to carry, but all you seem to be able to do was tackle and go into the contact area against Dublin last week. It was tough defensive effort, wasn't it? Oh yeah,
last week was pretty brutal. The stat showed we made 170 odd tackles. And it's pretty tough going. It's high numbers for every player there, and there's a few sore bodies this week. But what we've got to do is pick ourselves up and move forward. Leinster are a class outfit, and we were always going to be up against it. And I think in the first half we showed that we were capable of playing some rugby, especially when we scored that try towards the end of the first half. So they were battered and bruised as well. So we just got to pick ourselves up for Clermont this weekend.
You don't want Heineken whitewashing your CV, the players that you want to win a game in Europe this year.
Yeah, we do want to win a game in Europe. We never intended it to be like this, and we, especially the defeats to extra, I think that put a bit of a downer on it, and we had a bit of a bad run in the Rabo then as well. But Clermont are coming over. They want to qualify with high points. They want to get a home draw or whatever. But we want to go out and show what we're capable of, and spoil the party as they say, and get out there and maybe show what we're capable of. And we've done it in patches of this game in through the Heineken, but we haven't done it for a full 80 yet.
Clermont, that squad is just full of class players, isn't it? But Regan King's been back in the team recently. How do the guys here remember him?
Oh, I know. We got a lot of respect for Regan. He's a class player, class act, and we watched bits of his game from last week, and he's just dropping players off, showing dummies, flicking the back doors, and he and everyone around him is class as well. So they've got 2.5 international teams, so they've got a lot of players to pick from, and it's tough when you're coming up against teams like that. But what you've got to do is you've got to play your own game and take it to them.
Do you know what's gone wrong in the last 6 weeks, Josh? After you started the season and the way you did it, what's happened?
I just think we haven't haven't had the accuracy and we haven't executed when we've needed to. We've put ourselves in the right positions. You know, look at the game against Ulster, 9-3 down at half time. We were well in the game there, and we just came out first line out of the second half. We lost it. Lack of execution. We didn't exit. They got a roll on and they got us try, and then they got another one in quick succession then. So when you're 24-3 down, your back's against the wall then. So, you know, again against Leinster, was it 24-12 or something like that? 24-14, we were well in that game. You know, they weren't getting away from us or anything. So, you know, but then it's not like we're running out of steam. We just the execution of little things, we put them back on the front foot, which isn't doing us any favours, and you know we're trying to rectify that up on the training paddock.
And just on a Wales point, Lee Burns back in the squad. Just how highly do you rate him, because he's been in fine form, isn't he?
Yeah, that back three is getting competitive. You know, you only have to look at the likes of Lee Halfpenny, Liam Williams. They've brought in Eli Walker as well. You know, Lee Burns is a class act. He's really good under those high balls, and Clermont use that to their advantage over in when they play. So, you know, it's good to see someone like that back in the squad.
And the two old boys, Regan and Lee, coming back here. What sort of a reception?
They get a rowdy reception, that's right. But you know, again, we respect them because they are good players, and you know, we got to respect what they're capable of doing on the rugby field. You know, they make things happen for their team.